Ahmed was just a regular guy in his early 20s. He liked video games, but he had never really played Minecraft before. It always looked too blocky and childish to him. But one night, out of boredom and curiosity, he decided to give it a try. He downloaded the game, created a new world, and named it Test World. As soon as he clicked Create, his screen flickered, just for a second. Then it loaded normally. Weird, Ahmed muttered, adjusting his headphones. The game started like any normal session. He spawned in a forest, surrounded by tall, pixelated trees, and the familiar, peaceful music playing in the background. He began punching trees, gathering wood, and crafting his first tools. It was simple, relaxing, until the glitch happened. His screen froze. Everything stopped moving. Then it turned pitch black. Ahmed frowned and tapped his keyboard. Nothing. Then his heart skipped a beat. He felt something pull him. A sudden, strange pressure in his chest, like falling. And then silence. When he opened his eyes, he wasn't looking at a screen anymore. He was inside the game. The trees weren't just pixels. They were real, made of rough wooden cubes. His hands were blocky. His body blocky. He could feel the cool, digital wind. "What the hell?" he whispered. There was no HUD, no controls, no exit button, just a Minecraft world. And Ahmed, trapped in it. Ahmed's mind raced. Was this a dream? Some kind of VR glitch? He'd pinch himself. His blocky arm didn't feel pain, but the fear was real. "I need shelter," he told himself. That much he remembered from videos online. When night falls in Minecraft, monsters appear. He punched trees, gathered wood, and quickly crafted a workbench and wooden pickaxe. As the sun began to set, the once peaceful forest started to feel wrong. Shadows stretched longer. The wind stopped. The music cut out. Ahmed dug into the side of a hill and sealed himself in with dirt blocks. Inside his small, dark shelter, he placed a torch. Warm light flickered across the walls. He sighed in relief, then froze. Footsteps. Outside. They were slow, deliberate. Not a zombie. Not a skeleton. Something. Heavier. He crawled to a small hole he left in the dirt wall. A window. He peeked out. And there he was. A figure stood among the trees, barely visible in the darkness. It looked like a player, but not quite. It had no name above its head. Its clothes were the default Steve skin, but its eyes, glowing white. Herobrine. Ahmed's breath caught in his throat. "No way," he whispered. "You're just a legend." The figure didn't move. It didn't blink. It just stood there, staring through the dark forest straight at Ahmed's hiding spot. And then, just as silently as it appeared, it vanished. Ahmed backed away from the hole and sat in the corner, heart pounding. The torch flickered again. For the rest of the night, he didn't move. He didn't sleep. Herobrine was real, and he knew Ahmed was here. Morning came, but the fear didn't fade. Ahmed stepped out of his shelter slowly, scanning the woods. The trees swayed gently again, and birds chirped overhead. Everything looked normal, but something had changed, and he could feel it. The forest felt like it was watching him. He tried to open a menu. Nothing. No settings. No pause. No way to quit. "Okay," he muttered, try and stay calm. "If I can't escape, I need to survive." He spent the next few days gathering resources: stone, coal, iron. He built a stronger base near a river. He crafted a sword, a bow, and armor. He even found a village, but it was empty. No villagers. Just silence and broken doors. Then the signs began to appear. The first was at the edge of the forest. "You should not be here." The next was nailed to a tree by his base. "Leave." Each night, Herobrine came closer. Sometimes Ahmed saw him standing far in the distance. Other times, he saw glowing white eyes staring through his windows. And once, he woke to find all his chests emptied. The items were gone, but nothing was broken. Herobrine didn't just want to scare him. He was testing him. On the fifth night, Ahmed awoke to find Herobrine standing at the foot of his bed, frozen, watching. Ahmed grabbed his sword and swung. Smoke. The figure vanished into black particles. He was being toyed with. stalked like prey. And in that moment, Ahmed realized something terrible. This wasn't about survival anymore. It was a game. Herobrine's game. Ahmed knew he couldn't keep running. Herobrine was always one step ahead, always watching. But he also remembered something from old forums. Rumors said Herobrine feared the Nether. It was unstable, chaotic, maybe even dangerous to him. With hope flickering inside him, Ahmed began gathering obsidian from a lava pool deep underground. He crafted a diamond pickaxe, ignoring the strange whispers that sometimes echoed to the caves. He built the nether portal near the ruins of the abandoned village and lit it. Purple energy swirled inside. One deep breath, and he stepped through. The nether was worse than he imagined. Lava rivers stretched into distance. Fire rained from the ceiling. Twisted crimson forests moved in unnatural ways. Gas screamed across the sky. But the scariest part wasn't the environment. It was a feeling. Ahmed wasn't alone. In the flickering firelight, Herobrine appeared again, briefly, at the edge of a basalt cliff. No sound, just those glowing white eyes. Ahmed ran. He dodged fireballs, leapt over lava, and hid inside a warped forest, but Herobrine followed. Blocks behind Ahmed crumbled or rearranged themselves. Whole areas looped, no matter where he ran. He kept ending up at the same place, a soul sand valley. In the center stood a tower of bones and nether brick. A trap. Ahmed had no choice. He climbed it, hoping for a way out. At the top, he found a single chest. Inside, flint and steel. And a book. It read, "You belong to me now. There is no escape." A sound behind him. Footsteps. Herobrine. Ahmed turned, sword raised, but the figure just watched him. Then, in a blink, he vanished again. Ahmed leapt from the tower, rolled into a lava-side cave, and dove back through the portal just before it exploded behind him. He was back in the overworld, alive, shaking. But now he knew the truth. This world had no logic. And Herobrine was T-bound by rules. There was no safe place anymore. Here's the final part, Chapter 5. Ahmed no longer hoped to wake up. He knew now this was real or real enough. Time didn't pass like normal here. He hadn't eaten, hadn't slept properly in days. But he wasn't dead. Not yet. Herobrine was dragging it out, watching, waiting. But Ahmed wasn't going to run anymore. He remembered something from an old conspiracy video. Someone claimed Herobrine could be summoned or defeated using a beacon built at the world's highest point. Ahmed didn't know if it was true, but it was the only plan he had. For days, he mined, crafted, and prepared. Iron blocks, gold, a rare nether star from a wither. He barely managed a trap. He climbed the highest mountain he could find, snow-covered and empty, and built the beacon block by block in silence. When it was done, the beam shot into the sky, piercing the clouds. And then, thunder. The sky turned black. Snow turned to ash. Herobrine appeared on the edge of the cliff, walking slowly toward him. No more games. No more illusions. This time it was real. "You chose the wrong world," Herobrine said in a voice that echoed inside Ahmed's head. Ahmed drew his diamond sword, enchanted with everything he had. "I didn't choose anything. You pulled me in." Herobrine tilted his head. "Then fight." The battle was brutal. Herobrine moved like a ghost, vanishing, reappearing, striking from shadows. Ahmed's health dropped fast. His sword broke. His shield shattered. Blood-red hearts blinked in his vision. But he had one last trick. Beneath the beacon, he had placed TNT, enough to level the entire peak. As Herobrine lunged forward, Ahmed lit it all and dove off the cliff into the lake below. A massive explosion lit the sky. Silence. And then, light. Ahmed opened his eyes. He was in his room. His real room. The game was closed. Had he escaped? He sat up slowly, heart pounding, drenched in sweat. He grabbed his mouse, moved it. Everything was normal. But then, the monitor flickered. Minecraft launched itself. No buttons. Just one message, glowing in the corner. "See you soon." And those same white eyes stared back at him.